That's not good. Something happened in here. Alright YouTube, the day's finally here. I've arrived in Japan and everything's shown up, the computer, all that good stuff. So right over here I got my peripherals, I got my mouse pad, keyboard, monitors, speakers, all that stuff right there. And I've got the computer, I had them wrap it up inside of this towel and then put the paper over that. So this is all right here. Taking the paper off, I haven't taken this blanket off yet to see what it looks like. Very anxious to see. I hope everything made it in one piece. But so let's get into the computer, see what everything's looking like in there, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so here's the moment of truth. We're gonna take this off, see what's under it, and hopefully all is good. I'll get you guys in closer. Alright, just pull her off. Oh man. That's not good. Something happened in here. So right off the bat, what I'm seeing, you probably can see too, is there's some type of trail of my coolant outside of the lines. So that's not good. I don't know where that's coming from. A lot of stuff shifted around. That's fine. I don't really care. Mainly just the wood blocks. Move the cover out of the way. Alright, so this is like bulging. The wires must have shifted underneath. We'll have to figure that out. So, alright, that hose is good. That one's good. There's a lot more buildup inside there. Not buildup, a lot more residual coolant inside. That must have been stuck in the tanks. Alright, these are plugged in. Uh-oh. There it is. That right there is the source of our problems. So that came undone at some point, and my mounting of this radiator, I guess, wasn't very good. So I'm not gonna lie, I ghetto rigged these radiators in there. Whenever I did the cutouts for them to breathe through over here, I didn't really think about where to screw it in and all that stuff. I was trying to think about it, but I wound up cutting too much space on the top, so there was nowhere to glue or to mount the screws in. I wound up just like hot gluing it. It was holding, you know, whenever it's just stationary, it doesn't need to be anything phenomenal. But sorry about all the mess back there. Ignore that. That's like the last box of junk that I have to go through for unpacking. But anyways, back to this. But I mean, since it's stationary, I just hot glued it. I mean, obviously it worked. This one's like stuck. That one's not going anywhere. But so since everything is kind of in disarray in here, it definitely needs to be torn down and refigured out. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna pull everything out, and I'm gonna give you guys the building video that you all wanted for the most part. I'm not going to tear the desk down. I'm just going to take the parts out that I can and I need to, and then we'll go from there. So I'll go ahead and tear everything out, do the placement and building and all that stuff for you guys. All right, so. Okay, so there you have it. That was the little teardown of the computer. Just taking all the parts out. It's relatively easy, quick, painless. I'm not going to redo all the wiring. Yes, the wiring looks like crap, but it is the only way to properly route everything so that it can all reach where it needs to go without any of it really, okay, nice. But without any of it really needing too much extension, because these are the, that's all the wire I had to work with. I wasn't going to spend hundreds of dollars on extra cables. So I just went with this. Made as best as I could do with it. I'm not going to take any of these wires out. It's too much of a pain to redo all that. But yeah, so there's everything wired under there. I'm going to go ahead and clean up everything in here, like clean off all the coolant. From, like, you see right there, we got a bunch on that enermax thing. I got some on the power button. I need to redo the power button in there. These fans are coated. I'm just going to be using baby wipes. For me, a baby wipe is like a generic do-all cleaning wipe. Like it cleans anything and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll get back at you when I'm done with that. Alright guys, so we're going to start putting it all together. We'll start with the motherboard. Okay guys, so that's about it. Everything's pretty much assembled in here. Now it's time to route all the wires, the cables, get everything hooked up for the all the peripheral stuff, and then we'll get to gaming. Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna skip all that. I'm sure you guys know how to plug in keyboards and all that crap. So yeah, I'm gonna skip all that, and when you see me next, it'll be all set up, ready to go. guys, we're gonna set it up. This is the moment of truth. Fingers crossed. Let's see. So far so good. There we go. Everything booted up. The only thing that's not working, unfortunately, for some reason, is this enermax thing. It's not reading any signals. So turn on the RGB for it. Oh well, not too big of a deal. Otherwise, everything is working. So let me just get this on the back. There we go. Everything's there. Move it in. Cool. Looks like it's all working. I forgot a mouse on there right now though. So, one thing I did do that I know a lot of you have been talking about is getting a wireless mouse. So I went ahead and got the wireless ironclaw RGB. Downside of the mouse is the battery is extremely low on this thing. Like it does not last very long. So I wind up plugging in it a lot. So we'll go ahead and plug it in so it can start charging. And just do it through the mouse pad here. There we go. Everything's good to go. Go to our nice manager. Pop that open. We'll make sure everything's showing up. Mainly that. Display adapter. That's the one. So display adapter. We got our 2080 Ti showing up. Processor, there's a 99K, all those. That's good. Yeah, that should be good enough for me. Alright guys, so we're good to go. Everything's showing up, everything's working. It's running good. So, even though we did have a few hiccups with the shipment of the unit, everything came out fine. Yeah, the one tube busting off wasn't a big deal, didn't cause any problems beyond looking dirty, but that's nothing that wasn't easy to fix. So there you go, guys. So go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do with this. Let me know what type of stuff you want to see next. I'm going to be going through some benchmarks with some of these games that I got in here, and then I'm also going to go through benchmarks. I'm probably going to get a Tomb Raider game for you guys, stuff like that. So stick around, let me know if there's anything specific you guys want to see, blah, 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 blah. And thanks guys, take it easy.